Hello, I'm John Greengo, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about shooting manual on your camera, going from the program mode and full auto into something more manual mode, because when you're in manual, you can start to have full control over what you are shooting. Now, when you're shooting in manual, you are going to need to know about shutter speeds, and you're going to need to learn what different shutter speeds do, and you're going to be very aware of what a 30th of a second does and a 1,000th of a second, because there's a big difference between those. You're going to need to learn about your apertures. It's not that complicated. Some apertures give you a very shallow depth of field. Some apertures give you a great depth of field. And the beauty of photography is that you can do so much with it. There are so many different types of photographs that you can get, but you have to be in control of your shutter speeds and apertures. So once you go through those few steps, and it really doesn't take that long, then you can put your camera in full manual. You'll be able to make smart decisions on where you want your shutter speed and where you want your aperture. First off, you get consistent results from one photo to the next. And so when you're taking a whole series of photos, maybe it's at a football game or of a portrait, all the photographs are properly exposed and they're exactly the same in that manner, which is good. The other reason I like it is it's good for tricky lighting situations. That can scare a lot of beginning photographers. But with modern cameras, you can look at the digital back, you can look at the histogram on the back. It's something else that you should know about, because that's going to show you technically whether you made the picture too bright or too dark. And it's an immediate, I call it the truth detector. You can tell right away whether you made a mistake or you're on the right path. And so as soon as you can see that technical information on the back of the camera, you know that you can proceed into your picture taking knowing that your exposure is right. And when I want to switch into the full manual mode is when I have a situation that I want to take multiple photos and I have just a little bit of time to figure things out ahead of time. If I'm in a rush and I need to take a quick photo right away, I'm likely to put the camera in the program mode or the aperture priority mode. But if I see a photo that I think really could make a great photo, and I have a little bit of time to work with, I'm going to flip it into manual, and then I'm going to make a decision. Shutter speeds or apertures. One of them is probably more important. I'll set the most important one first. I'll set the next one next. And then I'm going to check my exposure meter. I'm going to check the screen of the back of my camera. I'll look at my histogram. Any of those three options for making sure that I get the right exposure. I'm going to get that dialed in so I feel confident to move on to the next step. And the next step is going to be timing the shot, getting the composition right, and working the other elements of that particular situation. And you'll never go back after that point, because you'll have so much control of your photographs, you'll know exactly what you want to do, and you'll be surprised at how picky you get. No, I don't want aperture f4, I need 2.8 here. And that's a great place to be, because then you have taken control of your camera and you're creating work that you're happy with, that you wanted to create from the very beginning. So take a look at those steps, learn about those steps, get your camera in manual, and I'll see you out there in the field shooting.